Welcome back, family. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Click it. Don't go by. Come on back to see me, all right? I appreciate y'all guys. Comment, hit the like button, hit the share button. We trying to get into the YouTube algorithm, family. Do me a favor and go ahead and hit that cash app. Support my channel, guys. I'm a small fish in a vast ocean, guys. You also can support my channel by going to the super thanks located under the video. And like how I always tell y'all guys, I do appreciate y'all guys tenfolds over. Peace, blessings, and much success into you. Let's jump into this reaction. Yes, I'm your gracious host, Drummer Boy 1980, hailing from the Carolinas, family. Hope you had a good day today. If not, you know the old adage, ask yourself why, and remember, happiness is an inside job and it will always be an internal affair. Family, we back again with another reaction from TLA, better known as the lead attorney himself. Let's go ahead and jump into this reaction.
Miss Pat, shout out to Miss Pat. Miss Pat about to let us know. Miss Pat is about to let us know. Okay, Miss Pat. So what do you think about this? And let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it so we're all on the same page. Should a man be able to cheat if the man is married, if the husband, if he's paying the majority of the bills, if his wife is capable but unwilling to have sex with him, if he and the wife have at least one child, and if he's typically nice to her? Should he be allowed to cheat in this marriage? Why or why not?
Absolutely not. I can't even laugh. The morals are shot to hell with a lot of our people. And yes, I'm going to represent what thus saith the Lord. I'm going to represent what God say. If you feel like you want to rip and run, fine. Why would you bring a marriage? What is a marriage about? It's about two coming together and being one in a sanctified union. So if I know I want to rip and run and stay out on these streets, why would I get into a marriage? I can just stay single and rip and run, and I don't have that burden on me. But when you get married, you're getting married with the intent of saying, where you should be saying, I am willing to commit to this person. So what's the point of a marriage if there's not a commitment there? The commitment is the loyalty. The commitment is the unification. The commitment is the two becoming one flesh. The commitment is the two being of one accord, one heart, one spirit, one mind, one body, one prayer, one hope, one faith, one baptism. If you're not doing that, keep your butt single. This is why our young people have nothing to look up to. I'm looking at all these old gray-haired men, and I'm like, this is why our young men have nothing to look forward to. Because if this is how good our elder men is, I'm going to bring the word tonight. The Bible say, let the elder men teach the younger men. So if the elder men, honey, is teaching these young men, yeah, go ahead and cheat. That's why our boys don't know, have no foundation for a marriage. This is so sad to me. I really didn't know our old men is as messed up as they are. That's what I have to say.
All right. Now let me ask you, because you were talking about ripping and running the streets. Right? But Miss Pat, that's not what we're talking about. No, we're talking about marriage. But I'm saying, if you know you're not going to be faithful in a marriage, why would you get married? That's not what we're talking about, Miss Pat. Let me explain to you. Let me give you the scenario that we're talking about. I get married to you, and we're married, and it's a real marriage. We don't have any kids. We're 28 years old. Our sex life is great. We love each other. We've been together for 3 years. All right? We get married. Honeymoon. We go on the honeymoon. Sex is great. Everything's great. Come back from the honeymoon, and we're living together. And you're working and I'm working. 3 years later, we have a baby. So you're pregnant. You gain a little weight, that's fine. So things are still going well. Now the baby comes, and it's stressful when you have a child, but everything's good, And time goes on. A couple more years later, and you started gaining a little weight from the first baby, but now you've got another baby. Now you're pregnant again, and things are good, But our relationship, now let's say we've been married for 7 years.
Okay.
And you've had the second baby, and now let's say you're like 50, 60 pounds overweight.
Okay.
And, I'm working and I'm paying the bills, and, we've been married for 7 years. So that's a real marriage. Like, now we see each other, it's not the honeymoon phase anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, you know what, in your head, you're just like, I don't, maybe I'm overweight, maybe it's wrong. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to have sex with him anymore. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's me, and we've got these 2 kids. Now, if we didn't have any kids and you stop having sex with me, so let's say I've gone 2 years without sex from you. I've waited. I've tried to be good, and I've been treating you right. I've gone 2 years. So we've been married 9 years. The last 2 years, you have not given me any sex.
Okay.
All right. And I'm still in the house, and I'm still taking care of these 2 kids with you, and I'm trying. But honestly, it's stressing me out because I'm a man and I have needs.
Mm-hmm.
And I talk to you about it, and you're just not with it. You're a mommy now, right? You see yourself differently.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if we didn't have kids, then Miss Pat, I would just divorce you because I'm not going to live the next 30 years of my life without sex. Is that okay? Let's say we don't have kids. If I just divorce you, if you stop giving me sex for 2 whole years and you're not going to give me any more sex, is it okay for me to divorce you?
Guys, well, what do y'all think dust for? What's running through your mind? I'm going to just be honest with you. Miss Pat was cooking because I am a Bible believer myself. See, guys, you have to understand something. The concept of marriage is a Christian thing, to be honest with you. The foundation is a Christian thing. See, but people like to pick and choose from the Bible whenever it's most convenient for you. See, I don't cherry pick. Catch is, guys, if I fall short, I focus on that area and try to come up higher because the word is not going to come down to anybody. You're going to have to come up. You understand? So nothing that Miss Pat said thus far is wrong. You heard me, didn't you? Nothing that Miss Pat said thus far, I can refute anything. Because if I refute anything, I would be going against the word of God. Because I am a believer myself. Yes, openly. Yes. Okay. So what do y'all guys think? The Bible gives stipulations specifically for divorce as well. But we're going to get into all of that. Let's go to the next clip, guys. Let's go.
Okay. Can I tackle your question? Go back a little bit on it. Here's what I want to first say is this. When a woman is not giving her husband sex, this is what men need to understand. I get it that you're the recipient of not getting that in return, and sex is very important in a marriage. However, what you as a man wouldn't see as a red flag, if my wife is not giving me intimacy and giving me sex, something is wrong. It could be biologically wrong with her. It could be something hormonally wrong with her, because I can tell you, being a woman, as we get older, our hormonal, sometimes we're not sexual. Well, unlike men, y'all ready to pop it off and bang, 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 skeet, skeet, skeet. Y'all just ready to do that. But with us, a lot of times our sexuality, our libido, it's seasonal. And this is where men need to understand the physiological side of your wife.
Miss Pat, so, in the example, I waited 2 years.
But in 2 years, But what I'm trying to say, it could be medical.
Seasonal. You said
no,
seasonal.
but listen what I'm saying. That's when she is functional. I'm saying if your wife is going 2 whole years without sex, you know it's not seasonal. You have to know there's something wrong with my wife. It could be something emotional. It could be something in her mental state. It could be something in her hormonal and physiological state. So instead of that husband saying, oh, it's about me, she ain't gonna give me no poo name, that husband shouldn't even let it get to 2 years without saying, baby, I'm going to suggest you go to meet with your gynecologist. I'm going to suggest that if you need to meet with a therapist, what is it? We need to communicate. Because I would agree, no husband should wait 2 years without having sexual relations. Sex is a major part of marriage. But that's my point. If a woman is going into 2 years, you know it's not seasonal. You know there's something a little bit more deeper wrong with the situation. So a husband needs to be aware of that instead of internalizing fear. Now I'm going to go get some punane out on the street. Let me talk to my wife. Let me communicate. Let me try to work with her to get the help she needs.
Yeah, Ms. Pat, let me assure you that when a man goes without sex for 3 months, there's communication. And after 6 months, there's more communication.
But is it the communication to get her help?
Listen, Miss Pat, she is an adult as well. Let me tell you something about women. They are not children.
Oh, right? I get it.
You need to give children help. But she is a grown woman with her own mind and her own money because she's working and I'm paying the bills.
So it's just about money. It's not about her mental state, her emotional state.
It's about her accountability as a woman. A man can communicate
but your wife
to
could
her.
Be sick.
Listen.
She could be sick.
Miss Pat.
She could be sick. Are you concerned that your wife could be sick?
Miss Pat, you're fighting the facts. Miss Pat, what did I just say? I said, when I read this to you, I said she's capable, but unwilling to have sex. You're saying that she's sick. That goes against her being capable. I read you these conditions, but you want to go outside the conditions to put your own negative or your own narrative.
Well, let me ask you this from a woman's perspective, because here's what you don't understand.
Wait, Ms. Pat, I asked you a question and now you're asking me questions.
Okay, ask your question. I'll be fair to answer it. What's your question?
Here's my question. If under the scenario that I presented you with, married, 1 kid, still married, 2 kids. Now the wife is 60 pounds overweight. She doesn't want it. She's capable of having sex, but she doesn't want to. She just doesn't want to. She's a mother now, right? She goes 2 years without having sex, but there are no kids. Is the man justified in divorcing her?
Absolutely. And here's where I would say that he would be, because even the Bible talks about that don't deny your spouse lest you allow the enemy to enter in. So the Bible is very pro-sex against what a lot of people think in the marital setting. But what I'm trying to get you to see, lead attorney, is this. Any woman knows this. And I get it why as a man, it's not connecting with you. What I'm telling you this. No. Let me finish.
Women don't want to have sex all the time. I get it, Miss Pat. Sir,
lead attorney, let me say this. Let me just finish my thought when I say what's not connecting with you is this. Every woman who would call in on this panel would agree with me on one thing. They'll say to you, guess what? If a woman is capable of having sex, but not doing that in a marriage, something is wrong. Something is wrong. It may not be physically with her body, but something is off in either that marriage and something is off.
Something in the universe is just wrong. Right?
Something is wrong in her universe.
Something
is wrong in her universe.
Who has the responsibility to fix it? Is it the man or the woman?
Well, let me ask you this, leader.
Don't ask me. Don't ask me a question with a question. Who has the responsibility to fix something wrong in her universe? Is it him or is it her?
If he's her husband, he does, because he's the lead. Wow. He's the head. He's the shepherd. That's according to the word. I'm going to give you the word tonight, baby. If he's the husband, if he's the lead, your name is lead attorney. If he's the lead, it's the husband who have to wash the woman with the water of the word. Just like Christ loved the church. Christ has to fix the church. The church don't have to fix itself because the church can't fix itself. So when men are telling me that they're the lead, they're the head, they're the this, then that's part of being it. You have to be the caretaker. The word husband means caretaker, means fixer. So if something's off with your wife, sir, that's your responsibility. That's being the head, because you can't have it both ways.
Can't have it both ways. All right. Well, y'all heard the word tonight.
And I love you, lead attorney. And on that note, I'm going to bless you and give you some good night kisses. Mwah.
Shout out to Miss Pat. Guys, listen.
Well. This here was a very interesting conversation, if I say so myself, guys, right? When a woman is not having sex with her husband and she is capable, see, that's a different question, all right? If she's capable of having sex, the Bible deals with that as well. And Miss Pat was right in that instance. It says, don't give place to the devil, because the devil can creep in. Men start to have wandering eyes, and so do women. It goes both ways. Whenever you deny your spouse, whenever you use sex, women, to manipulate men and withholding sex and don't want to have sex because he didn't take out the trash, you setting yourself up you are opening up the door for other things to creep into the marriage. But I'm not gonna go off on a tangent. All right. The lead posed the question, who is responsible for fixing the woman? Now, two things can be right simultaneously, guys, okay? The lead attorney is right in this instance, and Pat is right. Pat says the husband, the lead attorney says the woman. I'm telling y'all guys, it's both. And Pat brung up Christ loving the church. That's true. Christ is the head of the church, but the church have to be submissive and willing to do the work. Christ don't just come in there and just make people do stuff. No. You have to be a willing participant, huh? Did you hear me? The same thing applies to the man and the woman. The man is the head of the woman. 100% correct. He is the leader of the house. He's the priest of that house, right? But the catch is he can't make the woman do anything. She has to be willing. She has to subject herself unto him. How is it that I'm a lead or help a woman and she's kicking and fighting and bucking against every word that come out of my mouth? That is somebody that don't want no help. Therefore, she can't be helped by me, her head, her covering, so to speak. So both of them are right. It is the man's responsibility to exercise all of his options. Now, I'm not going to break my neck if somebody is hard-headed, somebody is capricious, and you can't tell them anything. I'm not going to sit there and exhaust time and resources and energy on somebody that is not willing to help themselves. So it is contingent upon the woman wanting to help herself, so to speak, okay? But shout out to Miss Pat. And Miss Pat, now, let me pull your coattail now, Miss Pat. Now, you getting on here with a bonnet on, Miss Pat, and they thousands of people watching you, Miss Pat. Oh, Miss Pat. I'm just joning with you now, Miss Pat, but now you got to take that bonnet off the next time now, Miss Pat. Now, you can't come up there with a mushroom on your head now, Miss Pat. Now, and we do understand that you're trying to protect your hair at night, but you know you was getting up on that screen, Miss Pat. You should have took that bonnet off. Now, that's the only thing that I'm going to get on you about, Miss Pat. Take that bonnet off. All right, guys? But put it in the comment section. What do y'all guys think? And until next time, peace and remember, there is more.